Well, if you guys watched last night's video, you know why our 1997 DR350 is loaded up in the back of the truck. We're headed up to Highway Patrol to make sure it's not stolen. I'm going to revise what I said last night as far as thinking it's 50-50 whether or not this thing has a clean history. I think it's more like 90%. Everything is fine. The issue is I have a characteristic that's probably common with a lot of people, that if there's an uncertainty, which could be very bad, I get unreasonable about it. I think maybe it's more likely to happen than it actually is. So I need to watch out for that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to film once I get to the police station. If it works out, I will. Otherwise, I'll meet you back here, either with or without the DR350. If everything goes well and we do come home with it, I'm going to invest in some paint stripper to clean off that old blue paint in celebration. And we'll probably make this thing look pretty. But let's see what happens up there at CHP first. Well, the morning's events did not happen in a way I could have guessed. I went to the police station, and they wouldn't even check the VIN number. They said that the only time they check a VIN number is if it's part of an investigation. If they suspect there's a crime, if they're specifically looking into something. They don't just check VIN numbers for the public. And I told the officer that the last time I was there, I brought just the VIN number, and the officer at the time said, come on back with the motorcycle and he'll run the VIN. But times have changed. That was over 5 years ago. It's a shame because that was a valuable service they provided to the public. Guess it makes sense that they would stop doing it.
Oh.
I asked the officer if he wanted to be in a YouTube video. He said no, just so I could prove I actually went up there. I did. Got his business card. Warren helped me out. He seemed like a nice gentleman. I don't think he was just trying to be unhelpful. He sounded like that was department policy not to check VIN numbers. He told me the best I could do is go to nicb.org/VIN-check. That's National Insurance Crime Bureau. Punch my VIN number in there, and that will tell me if an insurance claim for theft has ever been filed on the motorcycle. I suppose you all knew right away that it couldn't have gone too terribly because you can see the motorcycles back in here, and so am I. So I already have the VIN number plugged in right behind my fingy to VIN check.
Oh, so you haven't done this yet?
No, we're going to find out together if someone ever went ahead and filed an insurance claim for theft on the DR350.
I can't remember what I said yesterday, but I don't think it's stolen.
No, you didn't hear me this morning, but I changed my mind. I don't think it was stolen either.
Well, do you know for sure now?
No,
Okay.
but I don't think so. So here we are. Search VIN. Hopefully it doesn't re-show the VIN number once I do the ooh. I have a policy not to edit, but we may have to clip that part out where it showed the VIN number.
Just tell us.
VIN check theft record has not been identified as a vehicle listed in the VIN check theft records, has not been listed as a total loss record. So that's good news, I suppose.
Of course it's good news.
Well, it's not definitive, but it's, I think, definitive as it can get. After I went to CHP, I thought, I'll go to DMV too, because I was right there. And since CHP couldn't tell me anything, I thought, I'll just go to DMV, see if I can get it registered in my name. I have no paperwork. So I went in there and told them the situation, that the motorcycle was given to me. And the situation with this motorcycle is I can get title for it, according to the clerk that helped me. I just need to have the previous registered owner, or maybe Robert. The clerk said Robert can fill this out, but he isn't the last registered owner. In any case, it doesn't matter for reasons that I'll tell you in a minute. He said if I get all this paperwork filled out, and this paperwork filled out, and this paperwork filled out, up there at Hillbilly Heaven, it's possible for me to get title for this. The last time this was registered was in 2018, and it was registered for the street. This had a street legal title, but I'm not going to get a title for it, and you can probably guess why. There are some fees owed on this since it hasn't been registered since 2018. California doesn't forget if somebody lapses in their registration. They have a 10-year memory. So I can either pay the fees and put it on non-operational status, which means it will not accumulate any more fees, but it won't be registered for the road, or I could pay all the back fees and get it registered for the road after I get all that paperwork filled out. And here's both options. Option A, if I just want to pay
Well, there's the VIN.
the penalties, where? Oh. If I just want to pay the penalties and put it on not operational, $758. So this is option A, and this is option, believe me, it's even more money. $907 if I want to put this back on the road. $907. So this is perpetually going to be a no title machine as far as I'm concerned, or maybe I can sell it to somebody out of state.
Or you can just keep it for 4 years.
The kind gentleman at DMV says a new 10-year period started today because I inquired about it.
Oh.
Isn't that nice? Isn't that so nice? So, what we're going to do is move ahead with putting the new carburetor on here. Haven't decided if I'm going to invest in paint stripper to take the paint off of here yet, because I told you guys I would do that if I could confirm it wasn't stolen. It's practically confirmed, but we'll wait for now to get the paint stripper. Robert's a gentleman and a scholar. I never thought that he stole it or knew anything about it being stolen. But when you receive something with no title, no paperwork like he did, you don't know what happened before your time. So, tomorrow we will put the carburetor on here after we take this one off and put the jets from this one in the other one, because I think the jets in here are probably correct for the machine. I'm thinking we should start it up, so you guys have a reference, a fresh reference of how it runs compared to how it's going to run tomorrow. Because when I catch up with you guys tomorrow, I'm going to already have this carburetor off. So let's wake up the neighbors, like Bryan Adams. I got my first real six-string. I'm gonna max out my microphone like that. What's a worse sound? This machine or me singing Bryan Adams?
I like it when you sing.
Thanks. So gas is on. There's choke. Haven't started this for a few weeks. If it does start, I'll probably have you cut the camera so we can wait for it to warm up, because I want you guys to hear how it runs when it's warm. It didn't run too bad when it was cold. As I recall, it runs worse when it's warmed up. I'll say 3 kicks. That's what I'm feeling.
That sounds good to me.
Ooh. I don't think it's going to run at all. It did bounce around in the truck today. Maybe it's flooded. I'll hold it wide open. I'll go until my foot gets sore. We're almost there. We don't need to start it. Did you learn how to make soap today?
I did.
Good. And did Rachel learn how to make sourdough bread?
I think she did.
Here's the Rice Krispie treats she made today. This isn't going to start.
You're adorable.
What?
You're adorable.
What a shame. I haven't said it explicitly, but the way I'm doing videos now, they're pretty much one take. And I don't think I want to ding around trying to get this started.
Well, what's the next order of business?
Tomorrow, we'll switch carburetors. How about you just keep the camera running, and I'll try. And we can do one little cut from now to the kick where it starts, if it starts.
Okay.
Well, it didn't start, but since I have an inquisitive mind, I'm going to take the spark plug out and see if it's wet or dry. That'll tell me if the engine's getting fuel. Speaking of spark, I verified this old XL600 has spark. Watch here. I don't plan on getting it running, but since it sparks, that means most of the electrical system works. All of the electrical system pertinent to the spark works.
Ooh.
Did it spark?
I don't know. I was dodging the handlebars.
Ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's good news. I'll take the spark plug out of this if I have the right size. A lot of these Japanese motorcycle spark plugs are an 18 millimeter size. Oh, this one's not. It's 5/8 or whatever the metric equivalent is. So I got lucky there. But some of those are 18 millimeter, which is not the same as any standard size. So if you have a spark plug you can't get out and it's somewhere between 11/16 and 3/4, I think that's what it is, it's an 18 millimeter. How was that story?
That was a great story.
We'll take this out. See what it looks like. Now that's silence, and I don't like it.
Well, I'm thinking about making olives. We have olive trees here where we just moved. least 5 of them.
Dry.
No fuel.
No fuel, exactly. We'll make sure it still sparks, but I imagine it sparks.
Did you turn the fuel on?
It's over here, which is reserve.
Is it low on fuel?
Yes, but it's not out.
Okay.
So let's make sure it sparks. I'm sure it sparks, though.
Hold on. Oh. Okay. I don't see a spark. Go again.
I might need to hold it tight against the metal. Ready?
Yeah. Yeah, it sparked.
So carburetor might just be clogged since it hasn't been started in a while. We'll take it off tomorrow. I'm not going to try to get it running with this old carburetor again. If you really want to hear how it ran before, check out the video we did about it. Talk to you guys tomorrow. We got to do something about that silence stuff when I was taking out the spark plug. I might start just discussing a secondary topic, maybe not related to motorcycles. I'm getting older. I have ideas and opinions.
I have olives.
Thanks for watching.